Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Today we have the esteemed Clay Bowen on, and I couldn't think of a single person I'd rather have as my first guest on the pod.
Honored. You texted me that when I was shopping at King Soopers, and I could not have been happier when you said that. It was truly, I'm very excited to be here in my own home doing this.
Oh, yeah. A shout out to Clay for letting us use his home. And yeah, it was no question in my mind that you were the first episode.
Wow.
Because I think my brain's a little mushy, but there's been a lot of podcast attempts by the combined both of us in the past.
Ooh. And boy, has there.
I think it's just funny how this one feels like it's actually going to happen. This one feels like it's finally the right time.
There's some momentum going. That's
it's
good.
Like, this feels right. And
Nice.
It's just funny thinking back to, I won't speak for yours, but
Oh,
for
you
mine,
can.
for sure. I feel like I feel like I was just in those moments recording those podcasts going, this ain't going anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the amount of times I'd be recording a podcast in the middle of it going, oh, no. And you were involved with one of those.
Okay.
You were directly involved. Not that you were the cause.
Mm.
Only a
I
little
was
bit.
half the cause. I was half of the DNA.
Just a slight bit.
For you who don't know, because none of you do, the theme of the show is talking about music,
Oh, yeah.
musicians, and I want to be able to just like talk like you're saying, and then just like casually bring up our favorite music, because that's something that often comes up in actual conversation with friends.
Right.
They'll be like, that was hilarious and informative.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go talk about Taylor Swift on a podcast.
The universal language, baby.
Music.
I just had one of my films, Jurassic Park 1999. You've seen it.
Incredible.
Thank you. I had it critiqued by this random like video store channel, I think is what they're called, and they gave a very harsh review.
Video
which I totally,
store channel.
It's fantastic that they critiqued it so harshly and specifically, and I very much support whatever that they were doing. But it was very cool to see them like interact with this like they've looked over big movies. They like watched Terminator 2, then they watched JP99.
Oh, my word.
Oh, cool. I mean, and so it's fun to watch no matter what it ends up being, like what the dialogue is. Just seeing someone engage with your content is very exciting. So if we can do that for some artists, that'd be awesome.
Oh,
right?
yeah. No, you are definitely like who I look to for how to respond to constructive criticism or criticism. You've always been the most like mature person to handle that kind of thing.
Wow.
I
That
always
is
have,
not
like, a
what my
lot of
mom would say.
All right. Well, maybe I'll have her on next. We can talk about it.
Oh, that'd be fun. You guys could talk about surf music.
Oh, yeah.
That's
no,
how I got
your
a lot of
parents
my taste.
would be... Okay, maybe if this doesn't skyrocket, it'll be like the revival for season 2. I'm just going to interview everyone's parents.
Oh, there we go. Well, no, I would say...
And then that music
if
will be
it does
incredible.
skyrocket, that's what you should do.
Oh, okay, so regardless,
Like,
I should interview the parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then you can learn where a lot of the music taste came from. Like, not that...
Oh, yeah.
For a lot of people, I feel like that's not true, but... You know, you get your, like, base taste of when you're, like, 4 and 5. Probably you're listening to what your parents are listening to. So,
right.
You know, it gives you kind of, like, a jumping pad from it. And that's definitely where you know, found a lot of my eclectic jazz tastes that, like, you know, I don't think I would have found that if I went through the rest of my life without my parents, you know?
I like that. Yeah, my music taste definitely, I always think about how how hilariously, how much comedy was involved in the production of my music taste. Maybe it's where I got my good humor from. I feel like this is known throughout, especially the community we grew up in, that my family is a very Christian gospel worship type family. Not that that's bad taste. Actually, I'd say that my parents had some of the best taste within that community of people.
Yeah.
Like original Amy Grant, original Michael W. Smith,
Nice.
like little cassettes and CDs and stuff. But I always remember playing those and going, I'm looking for something more than this. I'd be like flipping through and like putting their stuff in the like CD player, record player, cassette thing and be like, not really hitting the spot. And I remember the like awakening that I experienced was I found my mom's workout CD that was like remixed 2000s hits.
Oh,
But
shoot.
you know, like little kids don't understand covers and remixes.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is fire.
This is it. Oh, yeah.
And I remember it's so funny, like having very, very random 2000 songs I know because they were remixed into my mom's workout album. And I remember being like,
Dang.
this is the gay awakening. I was like, I can do a dance and spin to this and it's amazing.
Oh, I love it. Wow.
And then certain songs that like, you know, I found what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I found the little
Scratch
song I
that
wanted
itch.
to dance
That's good.
to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. You know, the first time I played Just Dance was at your house. I got a
Oh my
5-star
God.
on Tetris.
Oh, that's still probably the best night I ever played of Just Dance.
Yeah, that was the best.
Because I remember everyone going, "No, we're here to dance. We're not here to do Tetris." And you were like,
And I was like,
the first
"Oh,
person
no."
ever who'd been like, "We're doing the Tetris one. We're picking someone up and turning them into a Tetris log." Like we.
Oh, that I peaked. I think I peaked that
I'm
night.
like, the way that you went viral with Wii Bowling, the way we would have gone viral with Just Dance.
Oh yeah,
That would have been
yes,
my
that's
like
true.
Wii
That
platform
could have been-
successor.
Yeah,
It could have really skyrocketed me.
that's true. Everybody reminds me of that. I always
Of
forget
the Wii
that I
bowling?
love the Wii bowling thing. I've got to say.
Please tell me you still know like the number of views.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
I think one of them just hit like 480,000.
480,000 views.
Oh yeah, and like weirdly like 700 likes to only like 300 dislikes. Like I still have a positive like ratio, which is like so baffling to me, and that's not even. I have seen YouTubers with similar ratios that are normal. Anyway, ridiculous. Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to
the fact that they're trying to throw the ratios out. They're like, you
That's
can't
true.
even see the dislikes anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I see that little bar.
Yeah, you can
I
see the
see
bar.
the indication.
I can see it on my creator studio, so you know.
Oh, yeah, looking at your own videos is always like, damn, they didn't take it away there. I see all 9 dislikes loud and clear.
Yes. Oh yes, we definitely have had moments where it's like 2 dislikes like destroys us, and we would talk about that.
Yeah, I think when we did Christmas vlogs
Yeah, yes.
is when we
both
did
of
every
us
single
it.
day that like we were annoying people, and my thought is just go away. If we were annoying you so much doing daily vlogs,
Oh yeah.
see ya.
Were we annoying people? I don't even know. I feel like I don't really know where they come. Anyway, that was an aside. That was a good brief discussion of how you got into your music. I think.
Oh yeah, sorry. I
Yeah.
really was. I could have gone down that path more crazy, but the most revolutionary was the remix album.
The remix
It
album.
really was.
That's good.
I found what I was looking for, and then I started from dance, which I'd say is kind of a hilarious bounce away from gospel music. It's kind of like almost
Yeah.
its antithesis
Yeah.
in a way
Huh.
of like the just sonically.
That's fine.
I'm not saying anything about lyrics or anything that of the meaning of songs. I'm just saying that
Right.
gospel music and dance music have like such different tastes sonically, and it was
Oh,
what
yeah.
I was looking for.
Different energies.
That I know that it was just because I had to, like you said, scratch an itch.
Right.
That it isn't my actual taste.
Mm.
I'm much more like I feel like now it would just be like indie, but like a weird broken down
Yeah.
set of musicians, like a
But-
unique drummer, a
right.
unique guitarist, a unique piano player.
But it's just kind of like breaking out of the normal thing that you're used to. It's like
Exactly. I've
going
always
against
liked
the
that.
status quo of what you're doing. I kind of felt the same way because I grew up listening to my cousin's music, the Gothard Sisters, and it was like
Icons.
You know, they're incredible. I absolutely love their music, but it's traditional Irish music, and it was awesome. But it was all that I listened to. So then when I heard dubstep, like the absolute
Yes.
opposite, I was like, oh shoot, this stuff is awesome. So I started getting super into that and EDM, and that was like the only thing I could listen to. And then I found my actual music taste through that as well.
Yes,
But,
we're
I
on
just
the
had
same
to go
page about
opposite
that.
And then find
It's because you have to at least have the experience.
yeah,
Even if it's not for you, at the time you're like, this is what's getting me through
exactly
today. Like,
yeah.
I definitely remember thinking that Avicii was like the best artist of all time. R.I.P. a king.
Oh man, yes.
But I don't know about best artist of all time now. Definitely still up there, but me at one point thought that dance music was like the biggest
you
revival
inspired
of
me
anything.
like crazy when that. I think I
I
mean
was
I
nuts.
knew you during that phase. Get in your car was always going to be some bump and EDM
Because my whole life I'd been wanting to go to the club. That's basically what was going on. The whole time
Yeah.
I'd been like, where the club at?
That's
And
good.
then when
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
found it.
I found music, I found the club.
You found a club. That's
And
good.
then I still have a couple good playlists that like that, but
yeah, I do
not
too.
all, not them all. I broadened.
That's good. But I think because of those experiences that we have a little bit more of a broad appreciation of things. Because
for
we
real.
can appreciate the moments where we rebounded to something opposite. We can still appreciate that kind of music. I still dig dubstep music oftentimes,
Oh, for real.
which is random. It doesn't seem like it fit with my personality, but it's just because that's what I
Right.
kind of grew up with.
I would always feel like embarrassed at like the end of high school when I had grown out of the dubstep phase
Yeah.
and into more like just normal like rock pop. I'd be like, that's a little sounds like younger me would listen to that.
Yeah, me too.
And now with no shame, I'm like, Oh yeah, play that right now.
Yes.
Turn that up.
I have really embraced enjoying my own music taste for myself recently.
Oh yes, that's another great reason why you're the first guest.
Man, I appreciate it.
Because you are the
much.
most like pioneer of anyone.
Yikes! That is something. I just you know.
You are the non-copyright music king.
God. Oh no. Okay, so you're talking about formative music experiences. How you find something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this moment. I was watching this tech YouTuber. I always wanted to be a tech YouTuber. And I was like, man, I really am enjoying these songs that he's getting. Like, how is he doing this? And I found Kevin Macleod in his description. And I was like, oh, shoot, there's this guy who's making this music. It was incomtech.com. And it was all his music for free. You could just click a download button without signing in, without even pressing accept. You would get an MP3 file. And it was like, you can use this on anything of any commercial size for free. It was crazy. So I was like, well, yeah, this is what I'm going to listen to because I want to study for my own videos. I'm just going to listen to this while I do my homework or whatever. So I started doing that, and whoops, it became my only music taste for a long time because I was homeschooled.
His name was Kevin Macleod.
I didn't really have any friends, so it's like my music taste was not like influenced by anything except for what I was watching, and I was watching other YouTube videos that also used the same stuff. So
yes, you were like the OG indie boy on some like random ass website downloading MP3 files, and you were like, this is taste.
Yeah, and now Kevin Macleod, you guys have all heard a song of his on TikTok or YouTube tutorials or
he's like YouTube tutorial song king.
Oh, it's crazy.
All of them
people
go back to him.
Yes, it's insane. He has ruled the world. There's an amazing documentary out which is fantastic someone did it, but I always thought that I was the right person to make a Kevin Macleod documentary.
When it came out, you were like, damn, my life goal has been stopped and taken by another.
I was going to do a whole adventure, like finding him and talking to him and telling him how much,
you even had so childhood footage probably.
Oh, yeah.
Of you playing Kevin Macleod.
100% I did. I have footage of me dancing to his music when I was 11 years old.
Okay, well, you know how they made the Fire Island on Netflix and the Fire Island on Hulu?
The one on Hulu. So
we need the one for... Was the Hulu one better? We need the one for Hulu.
Yes, yes.
I don't remember which one was better. I think it was the Hulu one.
I'm coming for you, Kevin.
They make many. You can tell that some people just have the same idea. They're like,
that's true.
I wanted to get there first. I didn't. I'm making it anyway, and it'll be better. I believe in you.
Thank you so much.
Especially, I've always thought about how... I don't know who ever said this to me, or maybe if I just told this to myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like telling myself, don't worry. This movie's coming out now. Maybe by the time you get around to it, you'll be able to reinvent it from then on. Corny thing to say.
Yeah.
But I do remember saying that to me younger when I'd be like, I had that idea too.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking I was some genius.
But then it's like, there's no such thing as an original idea. So what makes it fully original in our sense is like changing one aspect of it.
Yes.
That's going to be the way that you make it. You can't replicate it perfectly. There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
So that is in your way unique because it's your application.
Yeah, and it's like, especially through time. Like if it's coming out now and you literally start on your own now, it'll come out at a different time, even if it's 2-3 years.
And it'll be different. Yeah.
It'll be different. It'll be like a different world.
Different perspective. Oh, yeah.
For it to be true competition, it has to be like released the same day, like fight.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, so after the Kevin situation, I, found other royalty-free sites like Epidemic Sound. Oh, man, this is killing me.
I do remember that Clay specifically told me, I remember the first time feeling maybe not outcast, but out of the circle.
Oh?
Is when you were so shocked that my YouTube channel was not linked up to Epidemic Sound. You were like, you click right here and then you have the library access. Right. And I was like, oh, I don't. And you literally were like, whoa, like you don't have the login for Epidemic Sound.
Oh, man,
I gotta show you some. And we went through and you showed me like the hearted or favorited tracks.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's onto something. I've been using the YouTube library.
Oh, yes. And man, I cringe when I hear the YouTube library. But I will tell you, it went kind of full circle for me because I started to realize, I know so many artists in my life and I care so much about the recognition of musicians, and I feel like Epidemic Sound's better now, but for a long time it was really bad at both paying artists and also giving their name out, sharing who the actual artist was. When you downloaded them and put them into iTunes, the artist was Epidemic Sound kind of thing. Right. Now they've changed that, so it's the album. So it makes a lot more sense, but it was like, I hated the idea that it was kind of destroying the actual recognition of the artists themselves. So that's when I moved into using SoundCloud, and just finding like actual fully independent artists and then emailing them. During 2016, I did daily vlogs, and I used a different song every day. A lot of times I use like 5 songs in a video, and every single one of those I would never use it without asking for permission. So I'd email the artist or whatever, and I ended up fostering some cool relationships with the artists as well. So I think the royalty-free journey that I've had has led me to appreciate musicians in a way that I could never have thought that I would, which is crazy. And, you know, it's, again, given me an appreciation for a different genre of music, because I don't think there's anything, like, not as valid music as another music. Like, they're all equally music. They're all as artistic as the other. I think you can't categorize it. So now I'm having to, in my early 20s, learn what normal people listen to. I think has been a thing. You and our other friends, lovely friends Joel here, have really helped me out.
Okay,
finding good things that normal people listen to, which is good. But you know, it's fun to be confident in what you listen to.
Oh yeah, you always have been, and I feel like that's the best thing, is that through these royalty-free sites, you would find a banger out of nowhere, and I'd be hard. Like, you're right, it is hard to search,
but you can find it.
You'd play one and I'd be like, whoa, this is good, like, why have I not heard this? And you're like, it's from Epidemic Sound, and I'd be like, wow,
yeah, right,
a little bit of shock there, and it'd be great.
People usually look at the audio libraries or whatever, and they search for the most popular or something, and those are almost always just random. I mean, it's like any music release, the one that goes viral is not the one that's the best, according to
I've always thought that.
Yeah.
I've always thought the single is not the strongest on the album.
Exactly. Yeah,
I've always been like, why do they do that? They're like, yeah, we just kind of dropped one.
Right.
I think that's the point. They're like, it will go viral because it's the one we're promoting.
Because it's the one we're promoting.
And that's just so awful about the music industry.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's bizarre because you know that they put the same amount of effort into every track in that album. But there's going to be one that has significantly less recognition than the rest just because of promotion.
And you can tell when you see an artist live what their favorite songs are,
actual favorite.
And then what
that about live
the
concerts,
tunes are that they're trying to promote.
Exactly.
Because they'll obviously maybe open with a single that's like one everyone should know because they've been chanting on the radio.
Right.
But then there'll be like an obscure one. Oftentimes I'm a fan. I'm like, yes, I love this one as well.
That's
like,
best.
It's good to know that these artists are also like, yeah, but this one's the best one. Right. You know, like they know. And I find that so interesting that like they don't make that one the lead single because they're like, I feel like they kind of almost want to keep it to themselves. They want to like have it be like their own that they perform, and they don't have everyone hearing and chanting. And
it must be kind of exciting when you're performing. I went to a LANY concert and it was kind of like this. There was this one song that they played that is really kind of underground, not that well known, one of their first songs that they released, and as they were singing it, like probably 10% of the audience knew it, but that 10% knew it so well and was screaming it out, and that must be very exciting.
Which LANY song?
What it was. I totally forgot what it was because I didn't know it until then either.
You were
which is crazy. I was not in the 10%. It was embarrassing. My girlfriend.
But concerts often open up like a new discovery of artists.
Yeah, right.
Like
a rediscovery of that same artist oftentimes.
Right. Oh yeah, because I love the 1975.
Yes.
Always have. But before I saw them live for the first time at the Fillmore, I definitely just liked the album that had just come out.
Right.
And I had known quite a few off of that, and even the ones off of that I didn't know were shocking to hear live. And I was like, this is really good. Like, especially the way that live music works. Like, you hear it almost like exactly how they wanted you to hear it, more so than on a track on your iPhone.
Totally.
Like, you're hearing it live with all the dynamics and everything that they want. That's why I've always been a mixed bag on music videos, because sometimes I watch a music video and I'm like, I don't want to think about that now.
Great point.
But I love listening to a song, coming up with my own idea for the music video, and I'd rather think about that.
Yes.
I'd rather not watch some videos. I watch them and I'm like, you're kidding, I am so
and now that's it. Now that's all you're ever going to think about.
Like, that's the aesthetic that they came up with, and I have a whole different one in my mind.
Yeah. Even the appearance of artists, sometimes I've been like, I don't really know what they look like. There's no like pictures.
Yes,
and then I look it up and it's like, oh man, that is not what I anticipated. So now I'm going to only think about this. I think my favorite example of having a strong overall vision with the music videos, this has just always been from a creative standpoint. I love like OK Go vibes.
That's funny.
And the album art like matches the kind of like sloppy art aesthetic, which is beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's perfect, actually.
That shows the importance of creating a strong aesthetic in general around
especially
something.
around like an album release.
Yeah, for a drop like that, that's all that people care about is the aesthetics of something and listening to it. You want to feel really cool when you're listening to it.
Yes, exactly. And that's why live music is so great, because you don't have to feel cool. You don't have to like the cover.
Exactly. Right.
And then that'll happen to me. I'll hear something live and go back and go, well, this cover is hideous. I would have never clicked on this.
Right. Exactly.
Or like something random like that, and I'll be like,
is that?
okay, I like this one though because I've heard it and I'm obsessed. You know.
I mean, we window shop for any media. We won't ever see the content without first engaging with some sort of form of a thumbnail or of a buy-in. So
that's smart.
That is like the biggest stress that I've ever seen from artists is like they're not going to hear how much effort went into this album if they don't decide to click on the album in the first place or go past that single. Like there's so many things. It's like, oh wow, this song has billions of plays, and then you view the album and it's like, oh, these have like 3,000. It's like, man, nobody is making the effort to go past this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's just like the fans have to be involved too. Because sometimes I'll see like, oh, well, we don't like this as a whole fandom of people. Oh, this cover sucks. But we're supporting it. We love it. Like, we are obsessed anyway. Yes. And I find that always very staggering when it's like your allegiance to this person, especially pop stars, like mainstream pop stars.
Yeah.
People will be like, well, Katy Perry's maybe not doing exactly what I'm wanting to be seeing from her right now, but I'm going to go check it out. Yeah. And then it's really crazy when like the like plummet of someone's change can really actually lose a fandom of people.
There's this really cool artist that I found last year called the Northern Kentucky Derby that's been doing that. They just started. It's like kind of like a rock and roll band, which is so crazy that I'm into that right now. But it's the lead guitarist used to be the behind the scenes shooter for Shay Carl's clothing brand.
Okay.
Very crazy. But then he started this like little rock and roll band kind of thing, and they've started releasing some albums. Like DIY is their newest one with a couple hits that were, very traditional rock and roll sounding thing. And then they released an EP of these songs that they made like 15 years ago together. The two main the drummer and the guitarist. Tyler Shelton is the guitarist's name, but he released this like weird electronica album that looked different, and the visuals were totally different. They're usually like a yellow, whatever. Then this was like this awkward blue photo of an apple or something.
Nice.
And it totally just took everybody off guard, and I think it captured the core audience like me, because I was going, shoot, what is this? But then the rest of people were like, oh, I don't know if I care about this. But then they went back to posting the normal kind of stuff, and their next album was very consistent.
The electronic was like 15 years ago stuff they kind of revised.
Exactly. Yeah, that they had just remastered.
Yes, I love how COVID made people do that.
To remaster stuff.
People were like, I've been needing to remaster stuff forever, but I've been on tour. So much remastered stuff.
Yeah.
And like the new age of like the re-edit. People are like, this is not cool. A remastered version, but it's like, here's another edit I didn't get to release. My label is bored with me and wants money. Like, here's something. Like
that's incredibly true.
Yumi Zouma?
Yes.
Is that their name?
Yes, it is.
I love Yumi Zouma and how they released like their whole album. They were like, here's a whole different take on it.
A whole different take.
TBH,
it's cool.
There was maybe like two.
I
was like, this was good.
Me too.
I'm glad that you like Yumi Zouma.
I do, yes.
There we go.
I did not know that you did.
I remember seeing that re-release during COVID of that album.
Me too.
I like that the album is poppier and a little bit brighter. And I'd say the re-release was like, let's get down and dirty with like the instrumentation and like here's some unique like Bon Iver type stuff.
Yeah, that kind of loses me a little bit, but I appreciated what they were doing with it. I think that gives a lot of artists a lot of freedom.
It seemed like they were very happy to release these like unique versions, and hey, 2 of them are good. Let me go. This is the problem with having the laptop on the ground.
I know.
Last time I was literally the whole time.
Yeah, we gotta have a fact checker here.
Yeah, thank God for phones. What would we do?
We only spit in true facts on this podcast.
Yumi. Oh my gosh, not yummy.
Yummy Zouma.
I've never seen it autocorrect in the search.
That's weird, man. That does not make sense for searching for artist names.
Yes. My
Dude, I'm
palms
gonna
are your
listen to this on the
reference.
plane that I'm going on in a couple hours.
Yes, this one's fire. From
Oh yeah, it's that. Yeah.
And then I'm not a huge fan of your reference to Hold Your Heart. My palms are a reference. My palms are your reference to Hold Your Heart.
Oh.
Cute. I don't like that one on the album, but this
Yeah.
remastered one or re-edit, I was like,
kind of
fire.
Yeah, it works.
And then Magazine Bay, Cool for a Second, Southwark are my favorites from the Truth and Consequences original album.
Yeah.
And they're very much vlog-like. Not sure why they're not in a vlog of mine.
That's probably why I enjoy it. Totally.
You're like,
totally
if
is.
this was copyright free,
dude,
this would have been in the
funny
video
thing
by
is,
now.
like, I've definitely used a lot of music that people go, oh, classic Lay using copyright free music, and I'm like, actually, this is not copyright free.
It's just the same
gravitate
taste
around that vibe.
Yes.
But that's why it's like, how that does not make sense that copyright free has somehow become a genre that you can detect.
Of
or like something that doesn't
hearable.
Yeah, that's
auditory.
so crazy. I guess it's like a lower quality of, like, usually a lack of instrumentation tends to be it because it's usually one person making it or whatever.
Because poor thing, they're not like getting paid enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's usually what it is. But why are they not? And there are a lot of royalty free artists that have broken in mainstream.
Yes.
Oi. It's one of them. You've seen like 2 O's and 2 Y's. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Oh, yes.
But he is like, he's released a couple bangers. I forgot who he collabed with recently, but like a pretty major person. And it was like, oh, cool. He started on Epidemic Sound.
You. And it's like, what's the other YouTube channel that used to do, it wasn't not Proximity, but it was the YouTube channel that would do the like more EDM copyright free.
Yeah.
And some of those would get big. And they were like,
definitely.
it's crazy how they were always copyright free.
Yeah. You've probably heard this on at least 30 commercials.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
this is a good one of his.
Yeah. This one has like 20 million plays.
Wow.
Which is like so nuts.
And it's funny because I feel like
I've
that
DM'd
has to
him.
be the dream for most of them.
Yeah.
Is to, like,
yeah. Why would you want to
go
stay? I mean, I think it's a
in-
cool way to jump off in music because it's supporting other artists through your own art. And so then I think you also get lost because people focus on the other artist, not you. But then there has to be more people like me. Obviously, if people Shazammed that many times, that came
You're
from
right.
Shazams. Like probably not
yeah.
fans right now, and they created fans, which is cool.
Right.
Hudson and I only ever creatively click that well when it's the middle of the night. The amount of
4
times
a.m.
we've talked until 4 a.m. about really great stuff, and then it's like, 2 p.m. Can we really come up with a good idea? I don't know.
Literally, I have to like actually write down what we say at 4 a.m. So the next day at 2 p.m. I can either go,
Then you can-
what
yeah.
the? Or I can be like, I'm kind of good.
Yeah.
And actually go forward with it.
Yeah, it's the best.
And that'll be the next time he's on here. Next time I'm over here at 4 a.m., Clay will be
Yeah.
like, you know what?
Let's
sit down for the next one.
Yeah.
And I definitely
Sit
see that
down and
happening.
have a chat.
You have been a great guest. I
you
couldn't
so
ask for a
much.
better opener guest.
Oh, I couldn't have asked for a better host.
Oh, thanks.
I hope we helped you, think.
I know. I hope we introduce you to some new music amongst our ramblings.
That could be fun.
And it's funny how for some reason I was expecting our ramblings to go down like random storytelling. And no, it was just random thoughts about like media and politics and society.
Yes, that's how it goes. That's how it
mean-
goes. I also have been wearing non-prescription sunglasses, and I'm blind right now, so
Oh,
I
right.
have no
This has
idea
been
what's been
blind
going on. It's been a
time.
very blurry time for
I
the last
also
hour.
have literally just been staring at this moon. I barely can see
Yeah, we're
Joel.
filming
I
by
can't
the
really
moon.
see anything beyond
Yeah.
that.
We have our editor over there working really hard to make us some more content while we're making content. Yeah.
He said, "Do not let that go down in
Yeah.
the script that this was the truth."
All right, I have a plane to catch.
He literally does. He's actually going to the airport
In 2
to
hours.
go to the East Coast.
Yeah, I'm going to Vermont, baby. I'm not going to sleep tomorrow either. Damn.
What?
Didn't think about
You
that
aren't gonna
because
sleep
what am I
tomorrow?
going to do? I'm meeting up tomorrow with people at like 1 p.m. They're not going to go to sleep. I'm sure we're just going to hang for the rest of the day. Who
What
needs
time does
sleep?
your flight land?
11 a.m.
Okay, when I flew to New York City, actually I didn't fly. The first time I went, I drove. We were on the Greyhound bus.
Mm-hmm.
I sat and puked and sort of slept by leaning my head up against the seat in front of me.
Yeah, I'll try to sleep on the plane, I suppose. I've never
But-
slept on a plane.
When I got to New York City, my friends showed us around their place, and we at literally like 8 a.m. crashed and slept from 8 a.m. to like noon. You should try to do that.
Yeah.
You should try to give them a like, hi, where is the bed I will be sleeping in? I'll be taking a nap now. Like,
not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
It's just, it's part of it. You got to have you at least be jet lagged, tired.
Yeah.
Be jet lagged, well rested.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you know what? Walk around being tired as fuck. Do not nap. Just advice, be jet lagged.
Oh, perfect. Cool. Was this a vlog? Or was it, what am I saying? Dang it, dude. I don't know.
Are you guys out there? Was this a vlog or was this a film?
It can only be one of those two. So it's not
Is this a podcast? That's not an option.
Not an option, no.